So we'll get rolling, guys. Can you tell us a little bit about yourselves, your roles in the band, and how the offering kind of came together?
Yeah. Cheech, you want to go? You want me to go?
You go, man. You got this. You go.
Yeah. So we're a bunch of guys that we met in Boston, actually. So we all used to play like in these punk bands, and in Boston. So that's actually how we knew each other, was through like Boston local punk scene, which is really funny.
Mm.
And Alex had this situation where he wanted to form a metal band.
Yeah.
And it just happened that he and I had worked together on some other stuff before. We jammed here and there with each member. We never actually decided, like, hey, we should make a band out of this.
Yeah.
So Alex, like, spearheaded this whole thing, like, hey, let's put this together. Let's see what happens. And it's pretty much been that since 2015. It's gone really well. And Alex and myself handle a lot of the back end. That's kind of why we're having this call now. But when it comes to us as a unit, we're all really close. We're all really good friends before and after the band started. So it's pretty cool to see this go as far as it's gone. We're all like very nitpicky with our music choices and metal preferences and stuff like that. So one of our initiatives when we did this was, hey, let's make something different. Let's challenge it a little bit. And it's cool to see everybody have the same kind of goal and executing it like in the same fashion, which is kind of hard to get when it comes to forming a band. And so we're pretty lucky that we have that kind of chemistry, I think.
Yeah, it's good you say that, because just a cursory glance for your social media and say your Facebook about part, you cite a wide range of influences. I mean, looks like you pretty much cover everything, ranging from Priest to Slipknot to Zeppelin. Would you say those?
With those, actually. I mean, we get when we get asked those for like pressure liners, or when our label asks us like, what do you think, or we get we see reviews.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Alex and I have this conversation all the time where we're like, I don't think they got it, or maybe they nailed it, and it's so hard to get one band or a set of three names or three bands that we're all like, yeah, we're trying to do that, when really we're trying to do like 30 bands at once, I think, at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, I'd pull out three from the list I saw, purely based on the fact that they were like different ends of the scale. But it seemed to me, and particularly, we'll get to the first single a little bit later on, but after hearing it, for what I got, you've obviously taken whatever influences have come your way over your careers and turned it into quite an eclectic sound. You clearly don't sit in one genre or another, because one of the biggest things is people always want to know what style of music you play. Are you death metal? Are you thrash metal? Are you black metal? And so on. That doesn't really apply to you guys, does it?
Well, you know what? It was our goal to try to be what's the word? Like an unidentified band,
yeah.
Genre. We actually, I think that the whole breaking up of subgenres and cliques within the metal community is, ridiculous in itself.
Yeah.
Some of the reasons why heavy metal isn't as big as it is today is because everybody's in their own fucking clique trying to be the founding fathers of their subgenre.
Yeah, it's very fragmented.
Another Cannibal another Cannibal Corpse sounding band, or oh shit, look, a new band that sounds like Master of Puppets, or it's just it's gotten to the point where it's after nu metal, everybody stopped making stuff that sounded different.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because you don't see this in other genres. Like you said, people are always asking what's your subgenre, and in metal it's there's a million subgenres, and it's kind of hard to nail it down to one. But you don't get that in rap or pop, or no one's trying to find what kind of R&B you're playing. It's just, if it's R&B, it's R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are the worst for that. You're absolutely right, and it has fragmented into a huge level. But on you, guys, I mean, you said, like you said, everyone's always asking you what style you play and so on. And I can't tell you the amount of times, and I'd say 99% of the time, a band will say, we'll try and put an original spin in it beyond the obvious fragmented ones and so on. But they, someone goes, oh, we play a combination of brutal, blackened, death, gory metal. And you listen to it and yeah, that's just metal, mate. Why are you calling it that? But with that, you guys, because of the eclectic mix you guys do have in your music, you can actually, without labeling it, you can actually say you are a sum of many different parts.
Yeah, I like to say that we're a metal band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Carl, how young are you right now?
Oh, he's around our age, dude.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
34.
You probably 34. Okay, so you probably know that like when Metallica or like Slipknot or even when Korn came out, like people would just call it progressive like the year it came out, and then now like 2 years later, it's like that's new metal, that's thrash metal. But like Metallica still has like 10-minute songs, but no one calls it progressive.
Oh yeah.
It's just like I feel like they were always challenging what they were doing at the time, and then like 5 years later, when there was a movement, they were like, okay, that was that movement. And I'd like to think that, you know, when I look at Metallica or I look at Slipknot, I just say they're a metal band because, you know, Saint Anger isn't the same genre as Master of Puppets, and Volume 3, for Little Versus, isn't the same genre as Slipknot self-titled. They're always just challenging it. You know, I like bands like that do that.
Yeah. Excellent. So, the debut album, Home, it has a release date now, August 2nd. Big moment, right? Desperate to get it out, or are you just enjoying the build at this stage?
Oh, dude, I'm ready for it to be out. Yo, man, by the time, honestly, like, not to just blow the lid on the entertainment industry, but by the time it comes out, like, we have worked on it for like a year and a half.
Oh, God.
We're getting used to the whole, you know, I wouldn't call it a snail business just yet, but we're just getting used to the fact that, like, you can't just release something when it's done because there's a lot to do to promote it, and we really love that we do have. We're at a stage where we have stuff like that. And we can have interviews like this.
Yeah.
But we're pretty eager people, so I think we kind of want to go at 100 miles an hour, you know.
Yeah, I'm on the same board with him. You know, like I just want to start playing more shows and like get ready for the next record.
Yeah, no, I get that because you basically you wrapped it up in February, didn't you?
When did you wrap it up?
Yeah. But I mean, we've been working on it since March of. I mean, writing it maybe goes back a little bit further, but we started recording March of last year, so it's been a while. Like it's been a little fragmented, trying to figure out what we're supposed to do with it because originally we were going to release it in fall last year.
Oh wow!
And that changed. So.
Did that have anything to do with signing? Because I mean, this is a big step forward for you guys. You had the EP, you signed with Century Media Records, and now the debut album. It's a hell of a lot.
Yeah. I think our release date doesn't have to do with the label so much as it did with us realizing that we could do better. You know, we didn't want to make the EP again, and I think come fall last year when it was time to start, you know, giving the label previews for you know, rough mixes and stuff like that, they were like, no, you have something pretty good on your hands, take your time, like don't worry about scheduling. We were just like, really? Okay, like we'll take our time, we'll make it as good as possible, but then that comes with its own setback because they want a specific amount of months for their rollout. So us saying yes to that and us agreeing on that circumstance meant that it had to be pushed back to like their sweet spot in their calendar. And you know, that's on us because we wanted to make the best record ever, right? Because we don't want to. If they say you can make it better, we're going to make it better. So that, you know, that's just life. You know, that's how it goes. We're not like, you know, we're here now.
Yeah.
Time just going to go by. And, you know, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, so you talk about perfecting it. Are you as a group then perfectionists in the sense that someone has to step forward and say, right, guys, that's enough?
Yeah.
So bad. It's so bad at putting a lid on something, man. It's really bad.
And sometimes even when the song's done, like we'll just add things just because we want to add things.
Yeah.
You know, like if we don't have the deadline, like we're gonna work on it until the very end.
Yeah, Carl, you have to understand. Like I was even in the mixing room with Frederick when we were finishing it. I was still adding stuff.
Oh wow.
That's the way this band works. Like we just love, you know, the recording process itself, Carl, should just be about the best performances ever. And if you don't get the best performance when you're recording it, you just got to keep doing it until you fucking nail it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is daunting task too, because we're fresh on this, and it's like our first Century Media record. Like the EP was like, it wasn't really a Century Media baby, but this was like a Century Media baby.
Yeah.
So, like, I wouldn't say there was like pressure, but we were like, there was like a lot of like, okay, like this is my first record on a real record label. Like this has to be the best thing ever. You know, like that like amped it up like times 10 if it was already there before.
Well, yeah, because they are.
Yeah.
They are.
Exactly what he says. We just got hyped.
They are one of the biggest, and in this country, in the UK particularly, they're up there as one of the biggest labels, and you're certainly sharing a roster with some huge names. Because you know when you guys came my way, I was genuinely surprised particularly after listening to Failure, that this was your debut. It was kind of like, wow, you guys seem like you're way further down the line in your careers, like, you know, way further along than you actually are.
Thank you. Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I've been listening to like Century Media artists, and like I used to go on their YouTube page, and I was like 12 or 13, and I was like, okay, he's be a Century Media artist.
Yeah.
And now it's like, yeah, we're on it. So are we as good as those? Like, can I go back in time and be a 12-year-old and like find my band on YouTube and then be just as excited about that as I would like, you know, when I saw like Arch Enemy or In Flames. Or, no, sorry, was In Flames on Century? No, Suicide Sounds was on Century.
Yeah, right.
You know? So I think that was like a huge... For you to say that, that's huge to me. So I think saying that.
That's good. You sound so positive about the whole album, you know, making process. So I gather you had a good time, so to speak. What has been your kind of favourite memory from actually making the album? The recording phase or the writing?
Well, okay, so I think that's different per person, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it was like the last line of the album.
Okay.
Was the last line I sang. And emotionally, for the 6 months that I was writing the lyrics for the record, I was fucking miserable.
Really?
Writing this record, just emotionally.
Yeah.
Like, losing it, very much so, method acted my way through this album. And so when I just finished that last line, and Nish, do you remember that line?
It was the ending of Home, right? That was it.
Yeah, the last line of the album, last time I could sing, I could hardly fucking talk.
Wow.
And getting it done was just like the closing of a book and the closing of like an entire chapter of just like, you know, a writing process that at least for me was very like introspective and very self-mutilating.
Wow.
You know what's really interesting about that line, Carl, is originally that line wasn't there. It was like the song ended by, you know, it just ended. And so when we were doing our final revisions at Alex's place, and I was like, yo, we should like do like I think we like came to this agreement that we should do like the full chorus at the end, like really quietly. And Alex was like, yeah, I'll mark it. And so like wasn't even like intentional. We were just like, he was like, you know, gassed out, his voice was barely punchy. He's like, I'll mark it and we'll like try to get the right take later. So we hit record and he sang it and he didn't finish the full chorus. I don't know whether it was because he was just like, you know, kind of in or out of breath or whatever, whether he was just kind of taking his time. And I was like, okay, that's good. Now, you know, do you want to do the full chorus or not? And you're like, no, let's listen back to it. And we did. And it was like, it was just perfect. But that was his first take and it was just like unintentionally unfinished and it fit.
It worked.
It was so real, you know?
Yeah, that's...
He was like, we got to keep that. Yeah, we should keep that. You know, that's amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that was the best part.
It was the realest take that he I think I heard him in person. And interestingly enough, when I gave Frederick that to mix it, he came back to me and said that's the best ending to an album that I've ever heard. And I was like, wow, like
wow.
For something that was just like completely like just on the fly, it was a cool moment to see like translate that far. I didn't think about that until Alex pointed it out. Like that's huge.
Yeah, but I mean, on Nish's point of end, like, dude, you going to go mix with Frederick, that must have been like the best, right?
That was crazy, honestly. I just because like that room has put out so many albums that I've just like kind of worn out. You know, like I think I've like bought like almost every one of the records that he's put out in like the last like 10 years. I think from like even the Arch Envy one that was like the Rise of the Tyrant, Bring Me the Horizon, Architects. Like, be in that room and be like, this is happening. You know, I'm a huge Architects, Bring Me the Horizon fan.
Yep.
And so hearing our mixes, like he would let me like do more mixing after 5. So I'd be there in that room and I'd I'd blast it like full volume, and I would just like sit back and be like, I'm listening to my album in the same room as like a lot of these records that I listened to when I was a teenager. It's crazy, you know. I love that.
Well, you're on that level now, you know. It's surreal at first, but you are on that level. That's the thing. You've earned it.
Yeah, but
we gotta sell at Wembley first.
Yeah, like we're like super low on that list. Like, yeah, well, sure we made it, but like we still only have like 600 followers or 1,600 followers on Facebook. You know.
Oh yeah.
We're just getting. You know what's crazy? Everyone always told us like when you get signed, that's like when you start working, and I was like, we're already so tired right now. And we're like, okay, we get it. We're just starting. You know, and it's cool. It's like a cool challenge, and I think we're all like amped up about it.
Good. So the first single, Failure, S.O.S, it's been out a couple of weeks now. I think my personal view is it's a banger. It's wild, fast and heavy, and so many competing elements that shouldn't work together, but really do. Is it to you guys, or for everyone that's going to be listening to this, is it a good barometer of the album as a whole? Would you point at that track and say, yes, this is what the other 7 tracks are going to sound like, so to speak?
Nish, you want this one, right?
I do. I think for Alex, in terms of like his vocal performance, I think Failure is like, if you're looking at like because I know people are gonna like listen to Failure and be like, okay, this is interesting, and they check out our EP and they're like, okay, this kind of sounds different, but like I think Failure is his transition to just being like a raw, like more emotional vocalist. I think that emotion on Failure is like kind of like the anthem for the entire album, but it's not like when you say like it's a bunch of conflicting styles that shouldn't work together, but they do.
Yeah.
There's even like 20 or 25 more left turns on the rest of the songs.
Yeah, like this song. Yeah, like this song is a great window into what the offering is.
Yeah.
But like we expand so much fucking more on the album.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean this is their first. This is what I thought was the catchiest, like most like accessible one, I think, and that's what I think. The other one.
I don't know, man. Love Sick's a great song. Just wait, that's
there's other great songs, but I think that this one, you know, it's definitely one of the heaviest ones on the album.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah. So it's like the most accessible one. Your radio single release, basically, as it would have been back in the day.
Right. They have 2 more for us, which I think they're all accessible, honestly, but you know, you never know until you hear the feedback, and so far, I mean, Failure's feedback's been good, digitally, and what we're getting in press, so it's nice. So, well, the other one, I don't know. The next one coming up is going to be pretty heavy too, so we'll see how that one goes, and it's also very different. They're all different, man.
Yeah.
They're all, I mean, we just decided to just like give every single song a left turn, so everyone's like, what the fuck is going on?
That's fantastic. There's so much music, particularly in the rock and metal world, that's freely available via social YouTube, social media, streaming, that it can get overwhelming and it can get boring. Where sometimes, without knocking it, because I love it, sometimes even I can sit there to do reviews and do 10 death metal releases in a row, and by the end of it, I feel like my brain's dribbling out my ears. So when something different comes along that kind of makes you go, oh, whoa, what the hell just happened there? It's really exciting.
Do you listen? Did you get like? I'm sorry, this is like probably off record or whatever you want to call it, but like, did you get the full record? Or did you just get the single and? Like,
I just got the single. I've just got the single.
Single?
Not the full album yet.
Okay. Carl, but you got to send us a text when you hear the full thing, because I want to know, because I'm digging the response here. I need it.
Yeah, Carl, this is you say that like you need something different. Like every single song is so much different. You know, like. I don't want to come off as cocky, but like we put our heart and soul into this, and I thought that Century Media wasn't going to pick Failure as a single. I'm surprised because I think there's 4 other songs on the album that are better. Maybe even 5.
Okay. Yeah, just checked as well to make sure I didn't miss it. No, we will normally we get the albums from Central Media Records about a month before they're due for release, so I'll probably expect it sometime in July. But I'll look forward to that one for sure.
Cool. Yeah, you'll have to tell us what you think, man. This is
well, yeah, I'll be writing a review for it.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, what you say when you describe, like, you know, the 10 metal albums, you listen to them and you're, like, exhausted afterwards. It's like, we're the exact same way, and so that's why we're making this, is because we don't want to have that feeling of exhaustion going back on a record and being like, that was 8 songs. Like, that wasn't one giant song. And so,
can't wait.
I hope that you get the same thing out of that. I hope you like it.
No, I'm. You've got my hopes up. So you guys, I've heard you say this several times.
Not overselling it at all.
Sorry?
I said not overselling it, I hope.
No.
That's what we're supposed to do right now, I guess.
So I've heard you guys say several times where you're talking back and forth about tracks. And I wanted to ask then, so what about those tracks? Is there one in particular that you listen to and go, damn, that's our best work? Like, is your personal favourite of the bunch?
Oh, damn. Alex, you gotta go first.
Yeah.
I'll see if it texts back. But for me, in terms of a favorite track,
yeah,
I don't know, because we it's 8 songs, and we kind of wrote it onto this whole impression of like, okay, like what would a cool final record from like the 80s, like we have like 8 very dense, very different, unique songs put together. So like if I favor one, it's kind of like shunning all of the 7, and that's terrible at decisions like that. But I would say for me, it's the 3rd track, which I think comes out as our next single. We're doing a music video for it.
Wicked.
I like that one a lot just because we originally had another guitar player before.
Okay,
a 2 guitarist thing going on, and we switched to a 4-piece, and in doing so, it was like, okay, so like every section that would have 2 guitar solos is now one giant guitar solo.
Yeah.
You know, and so in doing so, it's like, okay, so how do I fill up this much space? And so you have like a minute and a half of a guitar solo, and it's just the most masturbatory thing on the planet. And I honestly, I had a little bit of self-doubt doing it, because I was like, you know, can I make it interesting for this long? And I thought it was just the most obscene thing I've ever done. But musically, though, I think the best thing for me in the album is the last track, which is 14 minutes.
Yeah.
We used to have 2 guitar players, and so on Ultraviolence, we have like what would be 2 guitar solos and a one giant masturbatory guitar solo. That's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But then obviously the last track is 14. So,
I'm gonna have to agree with Nish. The last song that's 15 minutes is my favorite one.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the title track, isn't it? Home.
Yeah. Home.
Yep. See,
that's the one.
It's a question. It's a question that's kind of like whenever it gets written for a band interview, I'm always like, everyone always kind of says the same sort of thing where it's like, well, you can't really say what the best and favorite is, because I guess it's for you. You know, you spend a year and a half writing and recording this. They're all your freaking babies. You think they're all the best, effectively, right? It's kind of like you don't want to sell one short over the rest. So I understand that it's a difficult sort of choice.
One of them crashes the car, and the other one, you know, gets terrible grades.
Yeah.
Sometimes right, like, you know, sometimes you gotta let one of your kids, like, you know, hit his head on the playground, you know? We love them at the moment, but the process in which we record, like, I usually go, like, whatever I record first is my least favorite song, and then whatever I record last is my favorite song.
I'd imagine it's like listening
to
imagine someone's for an artist. It must be like when, as a fan, listening to the music, and you'll listen to an album 100 times over, and what was once your favourite song once, after 100 times, you're like, no, actually, I like that one more because I've noticed this detail or that detail and so on. I imagine it's the same for you guys, right?
Right. Yeah,
absolutely. I think that might be why we like the 15-minute one, because there's so many details that, like, if I get lost on one, I'm like, well, there's like 100 more, so I'll just stay focused on those if I get bored of one factor. So
we gotta get carried away with the small details. Like, you know, sometimes we put in like words that are backwards, and like, secret, there's like stuff for us. So that,
Yeah. I mean, what's crazy is Failure. You wouldn't notice it, but Failure has a whole string quartet and little harps and pianos. But there are little details, and people don't really. If I told you that, you'd be like, really? And they're there. It's like there's like 20 or 30 tracks of pianos and cellos and harps and stuff, but you just don't hear them because there's small details. But
Yeah.
for me, it's like I need that to be in there, and nobody else is going to hear it except for me. So.
But then, like I
good,
said, someone will listen really hard or really loud, and they'll pick it up, and they'll suddenly get a new analysis of it. So, guys,
that's the goal.
Yeah, when we mixed it, actually, I had it so that when you listen to it on the whole album, actually, when you hear it on different listening environments, some frequencies will show different instruments here and there. So with Failure, if you listen on a sub system, obviously, that's the one, because the subs on that song are just absurd. But if you listen to it on iPod headphones, you might hear guitar lines or violin overlays that you wouldn't really hear, or there's a synthesizer during the chorus. There's stuff that you just wouldn't pick up on certain stereo sets, and so I wanted to have that where you could take a record, put it in all of your listening environments, and say, okay, this is a different experience every time. And I think we got close to it. I'm not sure if we got that perfect, but I think we got close to it.
So it's kind of intriguing you say that about picking up different things. It's a bit of it's a curse and a blessing on my side. See, I happen to be deaf in my right ear, so if I listen to something on my headphones, for example, if the track's coming through separate lines and separate ears, I will often have parts filtered out. So basically, I'll hear something way more clearer because something's missing, compared to if I just listen to it on a stereo or through YouTube or whatever and stuff like that. So, it's there, I guess. If it's all hidden and buried or, deep down, people will find it, I think. It's just when. And then, like I said, people will listen to your music, and they'll go on YouTube, and they'll do playbacks, and they'll do guitar tracks, and they'll do this, and they'll do that, and and that's kind of, I guess, how it just grows.
Yeah, I mean, we're the same way. I mean, Alex and I will sit and just admire vocal stems from System of a Down, or
yeah.
I will put them out and be like, okay, what are in these stems? Oh wait, that's in there. Oh, that's in there. We're geeks about that kind of stuff. We love it.
Yeah. So, guys, taking it on the road, what does 2019 tour plans look like for you? Is there any?
Yeah, we're gonna hit. I don't know if we can.
Ooh.
Disclose this. Yeah,
I was about to say, the reason why I'm asking if is because I couldn't really find anything on your Facebook and stuff like that, so I wasn't sure if it was not announced and you're not able to say just yet.
Yeah, I think we're waiting for a full confirmation later this week for the full set, but we got some Europe dates for some of the festivals out there.
Yeah.
That might actually be okay to say, because that's in some of our pressers, but we're planning some out there. That's going to be a month, around August, July. Some of those festivals there. One that starts with W that I probably don't know if we can say or not just yet. And after that, I think we're planning some fall tours. But we have to lock in this European festival date first, just because we're still starting out. So promoters like to be very last minute with the opening stage guys. So
yeah, of course.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean,
but we're excited because it'll be our first international. So we're really stoked about that.
Yeah, and you were saying European festivals, man, oh man, my mind starts going straight away, and I'm like, okay, it's a funny one as well. Does Europe include the UK? Are you including the UK with that, or is the UK not part of the plans?
I think we might miss the big UK one. I was hoping we'd get one of the UK ones, and I think we might have missed it, which kind of bummed me out because. I mean, the date range they gave us for you're going to be playing in these 2 months. I mean, obviously, I'm thinking of Download Fest, and that's definitely not in the date window.
Yeah, that's this weekend.
Because it's Download, right?
Yeah.
You know what? But I think we're definitely going to be we must within the year be touring England because our record label is pushing the UK pretty hard.
Yeah, the UK office in particular is a really big supporter of the band, so I'm assuming that you can't avoid the UK. I mean, the UK is just so awesome space for metal. It's just very unavoidable and not in a negative sense. We kind of have to play there, So
yeah.
We're stoked. At some point we work. I don't know know whether our fall dates will be U.S. or U.K. U.S. or Europe, but they will be one of the two. But for now, it's European, more towards the Sweden, Germany, those places that we're looking at. For,
still
July,
massively important markets, still massively important places, particularly if you've never been there before. You know, those scenes in Germany and Scandinavia and so on, they're incredible. They're huge, and the festivals that are over there as well. You know.
Yeah, we're really excited about the German one in particular. Is just very. It's just like it's the kind of stuff that you've been waiting for years. You know, when you're a kid, you kind of dream about playing some of these festivals. So we're very excited.
Well, have a whisper in your PR and label's ears, because there is a festival in the UK right about 1 week after your album release date called Bloodstock. You would fit nicely on it, and all of us from the site will be at that festival. So come along to it, have a word, and try and get yourself booked for that.
I'm not going to confirm or deny that that's in the conversation.
That'll answer.
We'll see how that is on the table, but we don't know, so I don't want to jinx it. So.
No, fair enough. I completely understand that. Well, fingers crossed. All right, guys, going to wrap this up with a really annoying one. Sum up home in 3 words, if you can.
Wait, I'm sorry. Please pick a game theme. Give us a game theme. Oh my God, can we talk about games for like 5 or 10 minutes, because your magazine's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, like, we haven't talked about any games.
What are we talking about games, bro?
All right, let me think. All right, well, what did you think of? Did anything come out from E3 2019 that blew your mind?
Cyberpunk.
Oh my God.
Cyberpunk, yeah?
Cyberpunk, Keanu Reeves, are you fucking kidding me? I will do anything if that guy tells me to do.
What was the other one?
Cyberpunk, but like the idea of destroy all humans making a return is just absurd to think about. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
I genuinely thought that was a joke trailer. I was like, that can't be right.
So did I.
Honestly, it's insane. I can't believe it. I was also happy to see Ukulele is continuing, but the 2D thing kind of has me worried. But
that's so fascinating. You said that.
Fan.
Yeah, I mean, I really was a massive ukulele apologist. Obviously, it had a lot of faults and there were a lot of negative reviews, and I played it, and I loved Banjo-Kazooie so much as a teenager and so on, that I wanted to love ukulele so much, and I did. But when I saw this one and saw the 2D thing, I was a bit like, oh no, I'm not sure if I like that.
You know what? I think it's like I got kind of sad because like you say that, and you know that people that love Banjo-Kazooie are huge DKC and Donkey Kong Country 2 fans. Like, you know, that they might just be catering to that generation of old school games, which is fine. But it's like, I want Banjo-Kazooie, you know? Like,
yeah.
I want that. You know, it was clear that Ukulele had like budget limitations, and you can tell, and it was a great effort. But I wanted that big budget, you know, free spiritual successor experience.
Yep.
With Ukulele 2. So I guess we're gonna have to wait one more.
Hopefully, yeah, if it sells well.
If they do it. Yeah.
Did you guys see the trailer for Blair Witch then?
I did not. Alex, did you?
Wait, there's a trailer for a Blair Witch game? Is it gonna be like the Friday the 13th game?
No, not at all. Do you know Outlast?
Yeah, of course. Yo, like those were like that's my shit right there. That's like too bad.
Right, go check it out. It's about 2 minutes long. It's based off Blair Witch, the movie, and basically, it's. I don't want to sort of put go your mind. But to me, I was like, oh, this is Outlast, but with a Blair Witch skin. It looks great, but yeah, if you're into sort of your horror games and stuff like that, this could be cool. This could be cool.
Okay, I'll check that shit out.
Yeah. Then, as I've been covering other things, do either of you guys watch horror?
Well, yeah.
Alex watches a lot of horror. Yeah, he's the guy for that.
You're the guy for horror. And what's your go-to area of horror then? Which particular, I guess...
Alright, so, okay, I've been thinking about this a lot. So I guess my favorite... So I can't just say which one's my favorite, right? But, I'll leave you with 3, right? So the best series of movies is Hellraiser.
Okay.
I think fucking... And I even like the shitty ones, even the newest one. Like, I just like being back in the Hellraiser world.
Yeah.
You know? Best type of horror movie is like occult stuff, so like A Dark Song and Hereditary.
Okay, yeah.
And then the scariest movie I've ever saw in my entire life was the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, wow. Okay, fascinating. Texas Chainsaw,
Yeah,
huh?
so yeah, I grew up in like farm country, so like when I saw that movie when I was 12 years old, like I didn't sleep for a fucking week.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. If you were. Oh, yeah.
Dude, like I grew up in a town where like people like hang their deers on their porch while they're slaughtering them. And I never thought about anyone putting a human on one. And then the moment I saw that, dude, like, my childhood was fucking ruined.
Oh, my God. That's amazing. What a fucking reference point. Oh, wow. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, guys, that's brilliant. So, we'll wrap it up then with one last thing about the album. Home. Sum it up, if you possibly can, in just 3 words. If you were to sell it to a fan, someone that's being a right negative person, oh, I don't want to listen to your music, and you're like, dude, listen to it because of this, what would it be?
New age metal.
What was that one, Alex?
I said new age metal.
Okay, new age metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't think that sounds a little bit hippie-like.
Oh, it does. Fuck. All right, well, wait. Let me think of another one, then, dude. Thanks for that.
I would say try something new.
Oh, yeah. There you go. That's perfect. No, I like that because that's definitely needed.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with him, man. That's way better.
Fantastic.
That's a tough one. That's tough, man. That's not easy.
Yeah, I know. Because when it comes to descriptions and describing and asking you to say something about your own music, it's a put you on the spot thing. It's one of those that when you ask a person, a band or an artist in face to face, they tend to get a look across their face, like, "Oh, fuck you, dude," basically.
You gotta have some fun, man.
Guys, thank you so much for speaking with me for so long. It's been an absolute pleasure. I can't wait to hear the album. I really can't wait to hear the album. It sounds like it's going to be perfect for what I need.
I hope so, Carl.
Pleasure's ours, Carl. Pleasure's